Welcome to an episode of Scene Comparison Corner, where we compare two scenes from famous films to figure out how one succeeds while the other ultimately fails. The movies we'll be focusing on today is Adam Sandler's 2011 hit comedy thriller, Jack and Jill, to infamous director Quentin Tarantino's cinematic embarrassment known as Inglorious Basterds. For Jack and Jill, we'll be analyzing the famous basketball game scene and contrasting it with Inglorious Basterd's bar scene. Let's begin. The three-act structure is well known across the board when it comes to telling stories. It's always an accomplishment when a screenwriter is able to use this structure to tell a complete and compelling narrative. But what I feel is more impressive is when writers are able to write individual scenes with a clear beginning, middle, and end. If you were to take the basketball scene out of Jack and Jill, you would have an Academy Award-nominated short film. Adam Sandler is known for writing incredible scripts where actors can really bounce off each other. But this scene puts all others to shame. Act 1. So the start of the scene. You got Jack and Jill who are at an NBA game. We see right off the bat, throughout the game, Jill is amazed by the athleticism on display, and Adam Sandler is tired and wants to go back to his trailer. Then, after meeting our heroes, we're introduced to the antagonist of the scene, Al Pacino. He sits with his good friend Johnny Depp as they try to avoid attention from the masses. Adam Sandler notices Mr. Pacino and then goes over to ask him to be in his commercial. Al Pacino is difficult with him, not giving proper eye contact, until Jill starts speaking. Act 2. Al Pacino notices Jill, and it's love at first sight. They start a conversation, but it scares Jill, making her run away. Act 3. Adam Sandler now has a chance at getting the actor to be in his commercial, but Jill is unsure about seeing him. Beautiful. Amazing. Now let's look at this other film. In the first part of the scene, we watch a bunch of boring guys play headbands. If I wanted to watch people play headbands, I'd watch a YouTube video. Right off the bat, this scene is an utter mess. We got British man played by Michael Firebender and his pals infiltrating this bar. They're pretending to be German so they could obtain some kind of artifact, I think. You can tell Michael's nervous, but for the most part, he's doing a good job. But then we get to the second act of the scene, and this moron holds up 3 fingers this way. Immediately, this German guy is like, yep, that's Michael. Some more boring dialogue happens, and then bam! Everyone gets shot and dies. Now, if you're wondering who in the hell would structure and write a scene like this, blame this guy. It's so unrealistic, it's so stupid, and most of all, it doesn't have any Adam Sandler one-liners. When it comes to structure, the basketball game scene in Jack and Jill is much more clear and much more to the point. We're going to get technical now. Does the Jack and Jill scene follow the rule of thirds? Yes. Does the bar scene follow this rule too? Yes. Yes, it does. But the scene still sucks. Look how much more appealing and colorful these shots are compared to these dull, lifeless camera angles. Every angle of this basketball game feels authentic and real. When you're watching this scene, it's the equivalent of chugging NyQuil. No action or movement to keep you invested. Here, bingo. Let's get the obvious out of the way. Look at Inglorious Basterds. You know what's wrong about that? They're not speaking English, and they're making me read. I hate reading, and I hate Quentin Tarantino. The different language aside, this dialogue is just flat out bad. Now listen to this dialogue.
Thank you. And Mr. Pacino, I actually met you one time at a movie premiere.
It's relatable, it's funny, and more importantly, it feels genuine. Dennis Dugan, director of Jack and Jill, directed and wrote hit films such as Don't Mess with the Zohan and Big Daddy. Now, what films do you hear quoted more? You hear people quoting Inglorious Basterds or Death Proof? No, you hear people quoting Big Daddy, freaking Big Daddy. There's a moment in the bar scene where Quentin Tarantino just gives up and the actors don't even know what to say. Jack and Jill takes the cake again. The basketball scene has Johnny Depp, Al Pacino, and 2 Adam Sandlers. What a powerhouse. And who's in the bar scene? I have no clue who these people are. Mike Myers should have been in this scene. What film majors might tell you that's good about this scene is the visual storytelling that's told through the actors' performances. And what story is exactly being told here? Firebender holds up 3 fingers, and you see the bad guy's reaction. Okay. Now look at Al Pacino's facial reaction when he first sees Jill. His face says everything. It says, wow, I have never seen a woman more beautiful than her. I must give her my phone number on a hot dog. This is a performance that makes you forget you're watching a movie. Now going back to Inglorious Basterds, look at this moronic scene.
Bin ich Amerikaner?
Nein. Ja, geht noch.
Ich bitte dich, er ist doch eindeutig nicht in Amerika geboren worden.
Idiot. Obviously King Kong wasn't born in America. God. In summary, Jack and Jill's basketball scene is an underappreciated gem of a scene. It has everything that makes a great, memorable scene. So, rather than film studies teachers lying to their students about how amazing this scene is, they should, in my humble opinion, talk more about this wonderful piece of filmmaking.
Your kids knocked over your popcorn and I gave you mine.
And you called me popcorn the rest of the night.
Popcorn.
Yes.
Yeah, nice to see you again.